816 5555 Jacksonville.
Man, y'all know what time it is. T-Law got the eyes of Lee Van Cleef when he go in that field.
Checks it down underneath. That's a crossing route to Christian Kirk. 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Christian Kirk to the goal line. Touchdown, Jacksonville.
They made a major mistake when they made T-Law go to the spirit of the sky, to the oracle of the saber-toothed tiger, and the saber-toothed tiger now has the scepter in his hand, and he been to put every critic to rest. Man, last night I done marinated 2 turkeys. I got my cherry wood getting ready for my smoker. Just got off from work, off Pritchard Roll. I'm going to bake me 2 Cornish hens. My special recipe, I call it the Mediterranean Cornish hen. I'm going to top it off with my homemade Long Island iced tea. And I'm only going to top it off with 1 red top of Coca-Cola. The Maxwell House coffee will live on forever. Duval!
1010XL 92.5 FM presents Jaguars Today with your hosts Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and Dylan Denmark.
All right, good morning, everybody. Needed a little injection of holiday into our lives to try to raise our spirits around these parts. Very heavily T-Law-centric open right there. It always is when holiday calls in. And Trevor Lawrence, a lot of eyes on him and his availability this week. Good morning. This is Jaguars Today. Tony Smith, well fed this morning. How are you?
Doing well.
Dylan Denmark as well. Don't take a nap.
Absolutely.
All right, don't get that tryptophan nap. Do you get the tryptophan from a chicken biscuit? I don't know if you do. You probably don't.
I doubt it. Yeah.
No.
I think there's tryptophan in chicken.
Is there?
I don't know. I think so.
Okay.
It's like going to be one of these like sitcom moments. I think it's in All Birds.
Maybe it is. I don't know to varying degrees, but we
Chicken contains tryptophan.
Okay.
238 to 256 milligrams of tryptophan per pound.
You know why that is? Because they eat turkeys. Okay, those chickens, those wild chickens, they'll take down a turkey because they hunt in packs. Like 8 chickens. You ever see 8 chickens take down a turkey?
I have not.
Pretty amazing. D-Rock, thanks for breakfast, buddy. How are you?
Oh, great.
Are you?
Now I'm afraid of wild chickens.
Everything's one. You should be.
Turkey.
Feral chickens.
It's if you get a feral chicken,
They're eating the feral chickens. They're eating the turkeys.
As God is my witness, I thought feral chickens could fly. All right, that's one for the older folks in the audience right here.
Wait, what?
Yeah. WKRP in Cincinnati. Watch it on rerun sometimes. You ever heard of that series?
That'd be a negative.
Okay, that's all about the history of radio.
It's got an all-time Thanksgiving moment. No doubt about it.
It really does. It really does. Oh, the humanity. Anyway, D-Rock, here's Trevor Lawrence spoke yesterday. Let's hear what he had to say about how sore he is and whether or not he'll be able to go.
Yeah, still a little sore today. I mean, not much different than other weeks, but this point in the year, yeah, still dealing with a little soreness, so hopefully we can get that flushed out throughout the week.
Are you good to play this week?
That's the goal. I'm doing everything I can to be out there. You know, like it's in the past when I've gotten banged up in the past. I just try to do everything I can during the week to prepare myself to play Sunday and just put as much time as possible into that and getting healthy. So that's the way my mind is right now.
All right, so D-Rock, the fact that Trevor Lawrence is taking his midday or midweek press conference and all that, what do you think about this left shoulder area injury?
I mean, he took a pretty good shot on it, so I'm pretty. I know it's sore, probably bruised. He didn't have his arm in a sling yesterday. Seemed to be moving okay. Wasn't holding himself weird. Was throwing the ball on the practice field when we were out there.
Right, he was limited at practice,
limited,
but wasn't. It's not like last year when he couldn't practice at all.
No, I expect him to play, but they did sign C.J. Beathard to just in case to make sure.
I thought it was just because they like the emotional connection.
Yeah. Well, they like the quarterback room, as Doug said, but they don't like the fact that they might have to play John Reese Plumlee if Trevor couldn't play.
Gotcha.
So they brought CJ back in, which is smart.
Well, obviously it is. Just
Right.
why even be coy about it? The second you see the transaction, you know what's behind it.
Right.
That one of your quarterbacks is banged up, and since the other one doesn't play, I'm going to guess it's 16.
Yeah, well, and the interesting thing, though, is, he's got to be on the active roster because you signed him off a practice squad. So that's interesting. Now they've got 3
Right, that's why
quarterbacks
it
on
was
the active
noteworthy,
roster. Yeah.
right? Because you know, and I get it. They've traded away a couple pieces. You get injuries, what have you, but they treat roster spots like one of the most precious commodities, usually.
Yeah, most teams do, but, I
understand. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
NFL teams do. I don't mean
Yeah.
Jags
Okay.
specifically,
Okay, gotcha,
just
gotcha.
in general. So, obviously you knew there was something behind it. Anyway, today, if you'd like to get in, we've got a pretty simple question of the day presented by Chad and Sandy Real Estate, just basically asking you to look ahead. And, the schedule on paper lightens up a little bit for the final 5 games of the season, but this team is shown that they're capable of losing to pretty much anybody on their schedule, at least not blowing anybody out. So considering the remaining games, and it's home and away, the whole way, Minnesota at Detroit, Houston at Tennessee, New York Jets at Las Vegas, Tennessee here, and then at Indianapolis to wrap up the season. How many more games do you think the Jags will win this year? 0-1, 2-3, 4-5, or more than 5 are your options out there. And God bless the 8.8% of you who think they're going to get on this hot run to end the season. And
It's happened before.
I get it. Andrew said, hey, we rally. It's not Duval till the bye. It's Duval till we die. Yes.
It's poetic. I like it.
It is. It's not bad. So that doesn't mean, all to me, Duval till we die just means you give your heart, your soul, your passion to the team, win or lose, regardless, right? I mean, it doesn't guarantee, doesn't mean you have to pick them to win, and it doesn't mean you have to expect them to win.
Doesn't even mean you have to like the team. Or like the direction the team's going, like
Correct,
the
right.
personnel,
You can-
the coaches, none of it. You don't have to like any of it. But
Right.
if you're Duval till you die, that's your team.
That's your squad.
You're not giving up on them.
Exactly. D-Rock, we got to get into the creative ways where the Jaguars figure out who's going to be on the field in certain situations. Drive starter after the Jags score a touchdown. Hey, can we get back in this game? Rock, paper, scissors. I mean, and I don't know if you heard me talking with Dan and Jeff a moment ago. Jeff Prosser saw a headline about that, thought it was from The Onion. There's no way that's a real
from
article.
ESPN,
That's from
Mr. Prosser.
ESPN's Mike DiRocco is who that is from. Explain to people what we're talking about because you wrote the story.
Yeah, so they score the touchdown. They're getting ready to go on the field after they kick off the ball, and they know, the defense knows that Eric Armstead's going to be one of the defensive ends.
How do they know that?
That's the rotation that they had set. Sometimes they have an idea like on X possession number, this guy's going in, you're coming off type of thing. On the sideline, they'll say, okay, this group is in this time for this drive kind of thing. You get that from the assistant coaches, the position coaches, the defensive coordinator, however they've set the rotation there. And then based on factors in the game, too. Like, okay, this guy's banged up a little bit. He needs a little bit more of a rest. Okay, we'll go with this guy, or this is the personnel group we're going to go with based on what's going on, what we think they're going to give us or what we see that they're going to give us, that kind of thing. So they know that Armstead's going to be playing one defensive end. And so the other defensive end is either going to be Josh or Trayvon. And they decided we're going to go rock, paper, scissors, shoot to decide those two, which one of them would be on the field. And Trayvon won. Good for Trayvon, because if Trayvon's not there, who knows if they score the touchdown. So Trayvon wins. He throws rock on the third one, and,
Josh went scissors,
Josh
obviously.
went scissors, and, that's the way the world rolls. And he's out there in the first play, and Saquon fumbles, and boom, picks it up, and then looks like one of the best running backs in the league on the return to the touchdown.
I see. Like, when I ask, it's more kind of like
It's ridiculous.
No, like a rhetorical question. Like, how do they know Eric Armstead's going to be out there? Because, okay, certain drive, this personnel package, right? So what I guess I don't understand is how at any point you know that Eric Armstead, one of your backup defensive ends, has to be on the field this drive, but you don't know who which one of your starting defensive ends is supposed to be on the field that time. What if they didn't play rock, paper, scissors? Do they just stand there?
No,
and
one
play
of them,
with 10? I mean, at what point? But who decides that?
One of them was supposed to go in, and they took it from the Myers. They took it on themselves, kind of just rock, paper, scissors it out to figure out what's going on.
But who's deciding who's supposed to be? It's just up to them?
No. No.
Well, it certainly seemed like it was with rock, paper, scissors.
They kind of take a little bit of liberty, I guess, at times. I asked Josh, I was like, so wait, you guys do this a lot? And he's like, we do it on some things. And I'm like, can you elaborate? And he's like, well, that's a story for another time. And I'm like, well,
I'm writing it today.
I'm writing this part today. And then when I get to talk to Ryan Nielsen on Thursday, I'm going to ask about that and find out what was going on there.
I mean, it just makes it seem like there's no direction.
Fly by the seat of the
right,
pants.
exactly. That's a great way to put it. Right? It's you're just making it up as you go along. You want to be in? No, me. Should I be in? I don't know. I need to be out.
It's not at the Roxbury.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Right. Me, you, me, him. What that?
It's okay.
But we know Eric Armstead has to be out there for this drive.
Wait till I tell you how Press is calling plays. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry, that was a joke. Okay, that was a joke out there, people.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, there's that going on. So I can't wait to hear how Ryan Nielsen responds to that. I'm sure he'll downplay the significance of it, one of those things. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't understand how you can know that the backup is supposed to be on the field, but we don't know who the starter that's supposed to remain on the field is.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff going on the defensive line. I mean, Armstead, I saw him being asked yesterday about who decided you were going to be an end when you got here, and he said, well, that was their idea. It's like, well,
not according to the GM and the defensive coordinator.
Right. I thought it was your idea. So I don't even know whose idea it was that Armstead was going to be a defensive end when he got here. It's okay.
I was not there for that question because at that time, at the time that Eric Armstead was talking, I was talking with Trayvon about his
rock, paper, scissors choices.
Well, no, actually, I didn't know that at that point until after I went and talked to Josh, and then I went back there. But I don't know if the question was phrased, hey, Rick, gosh darn it, Ryan Nielsen said last week.
Not Rick Spielman.
Right. Ryan Nielsen said last week that you wanted to play defensive end. I don't know, is that correct? I don't know how the question was phrased, so I can't really speak on that.
Okay, well.
Well, that's a sigh right there.
I mean, look,
this is what happens when you're 2-7.
No, this is why you're 2-7. Sorry, it's not. This doesn't just happen. I doubt people are playing rock, paper, scissors to decide the rotation in any other circumstance around the NFL.
Probably not.
And if they are, they're smart enough to keep it to themselves. I mean, seriously. It makes them look, like you said, they're making it up as they go along, flying by the seat of their pants. So if you want to react to that, you're certainly welcome to. We'll hear more from Trevor Lawrence as we go along today. The question today asking you how many games, sorry, you can't have your vote back if you've already cast it. How many more games will the Jags win this season? 1 or fewer, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, more than 5. Those are your choices. You can vote at MD_1010XL. Hit us up at 1010XL Fat Tony, at ESPN DeRocco, and at 1010XL Denmark.
Ain't no laws when you're drinking claws, baby.
And you can always get on the program on the Garber Automall phone lines at 641-1010. Same number for the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures. Hop in the YouTube virtual studio in the chat there and pass your thoughts along to Jaguars Today. And keep it right here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today from the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. You could win a weekly tailgate combo pack from Southern Steer Butcher. Wow. Valued at $100. And monthly winners get a Corona tailgate tent with a cooler, chair, and collectible football. It's the ultimate tailgate. Enter at 1010XL.com.
Looking for a new vehicle? Take a look at Jenkins Hyundai of Jacksonville. Now's the time to save big. Choose from more than 250 new and over 1,000 used and certified pre-owned vehicles on the lot, or shop anytime at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com. Hyundai has one of the top warranties in the business. Lifetime, powertrain, and 5-year bumper-to-bumper warranty, plus 3 years free maintenance on a new vehicle. Give them the chance to earn your business today on Atlantic Boulevard or at JenkinsHyundaiofJacksonville.com.
Want to be up close and personal with the Jaguars as they take the field? Here's your chance to be in the shadows, outside the Jaguars locker room, now called The Vault. Enter today at everbank.com/shadows. One winner and a guest for every home game at Everbank Stadium. No purchase necessary to enter or win. Open to legal residents of 50 United States and D.C. 18 and older. Entry periods for the Shadow Sweepstakes promotion from 8/19/24 to 12/15/24. For official rules and complete details, visit everbank.com/shadows. Sponsored administrator, Everbank N.A. member FDIC.
Ever wonder how you can transform your living spaces into captivating works of art? At First Coast Lighting and Fans, they offer a huge selection of high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness. Visit their showroom on Phillips Highway at the Avenues and step into a world of quality without compromise. Discover the difference that locally owned expertise makes and let them help you experience the transformation from average to extraordinary. At First Coast Lighting and Fans.
You're locked in to Jaguars Today Thursday with
Cannons of Jacksonville.
Cyber threats don't take timeouts. Protect your business with DoubleCheck Cybersecurity's AI-powered solutions. Get 24/7 defense and stop hackers before they score. Don't wait. Visit doublecheck.com to schedule your free security consultation today.
Weekends were made for sports, and I'll tell you my take on this weekend's best options. Pick it here. Watch for Weekend with Dan on YouTube and Facebook. Weekend with Dan is brought to you by Stone Core. We do outdoors better.
Swammin, when was the last time that you cleaned your air ducts?
Dad, I manage the air duct cleaning at Zero Res. Trust me, my ducts are cleaner than the plates after Thanksgiving dinner.
Well, I hope so, but it's not just you I'm thinking of. Everyone in Jacksonville should get their air ducts cleaned before the holidays.
You're right. Even though we don't blast the heat like up north, we still trap dust and allergens when the windows stay shut. All that gunk just recirculates through your home and makes your air quality worse.
So you're saying Zero Res air duct cleaning keeps my air fresh and ready for my holiday guests?
Exactly. Clean ducts means cleaner air, just in time for Thanksgiving. Plus, we've got a November special running right now. Call Zero Res today and we'll give you $50 off. No more dust, just fresh, clean air for you and your family this holiday season.
Sounds good, son. Now, how about that family discount?
We'll see, Dad.
Visit ZeroResJacksonville.com or call now. Zero Res,
spelled forward or backwards, it's the right way to clean.
Zero Res.
This is David with Royal Pest Services. Join us Friday, November 15th from 12 to 2 with Helmets and Heels at Tony D's for our customer appreciation.
And there'll be free slices for you guys.
Tony, you've been down here long enough. It's y'all.
Hey Jacksonville, it's Lauren Brooks from Helmets and Heels. If your car needs an oil change, now's the perfect time to visit Big Chief Tire. They're offering $10 off your next oil change at any of their 5 locations across Jacksonville. Their expert technicians will get you in and out quickly so your car stays in top shape. Visit WeKeepJacksRollin.com or call 904-932-0950 to schedule your appointment today. Big Chief Tire keeps Jacks rolling.
Attention men and women. If you would like to get your hair back, then you need to listen to some of our clients. John in Orange Park.
IHRS showed me what was causing my hair loss and helped stop it.
Call IHRS now at 904-777-IHRS. Find out how to grow your hair back with a free hair and scalp examination. Mike from Bay Meadows.
I finally found the most experienced company who could restore my hair. Now I have hair where I had none before.
Results guaranteed. Diane from Ponte Vedra.
Now I have what lotions couldn't give me. Thick, beautiful hair.
Find out why you're losing your hair and how to grow your hair back. Call 904-777-IHRS for a limited time free hair and scalp examination.
Now my hair will grow for the rest of my life. Thanks, IHRS.
Thank you, IHRS.
Thanks, IHRS, for giving me my hair back.
Hurry and receive a free hair and scalp examination and get 2 weeks of laser treatments for free. Call IHRS at 904-777-IHRS. That's 904-777-4477. Hairforme.com.
If you're looking for custom metalwork, look no further than Superior Fence and Rail. Whether it's custom railing, shade structures, or custom entry gates, their expert team controls the turnkey process. From CAD design and raw metal to powder-coated finish and expert installation. When you choose Superior Fence and Rail for your custom metal project, you get a project that's, well, superior. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail today.
If you're looking for the best in indoor air quality, I've got the experts to call. Florida Home AC, the official AC provider of the Jaguars, specializing in the best air quality for your home or work with the Remy Halo. Instead of waiting for pollutants to travel through the ductwork to be neutralized, the Halo cell releases friendly oxidizers every time your fan blows air, helping those in your home that suffer from allergies and other respiratory issues. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and start enjoying cool comfort and clean air.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mike DeRocco is powered by Lickety Split AC, Plumbing and Electric on 1010XL.
All right, we'll get a few more thoughts from Trevor Lawrence coming up here. A lot of it just kind of asked about the shoulder and, does he need to protect himself a little bit better? Did he regret going head first? I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Got to play football sometimes. Right. It's not like Trevor's got this long history of concussions. I saw Tua diving head first for a first down this week
again.
To win the game. Right.
I mean, it's just a play. It's a football play. It happens. I mean, I had no issue with the play. It's not targeting because he's a runner at that point, and he opted to go head first. So it happens.
Yeah, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the question, though. Say, hey, in the future, are you going to look to be a little bit more protective of your body? I think when you're out there in the middle of it, you don't want to be stupid and reckless. But at the same time, sometimes you got to be a little bit reckless to play football at a high level successfully.
Mentally unstable as well. Football at a high level.
This one from DJ Delphonic on the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures, talking about the rock, paper, scissors. Okay.
Is this the one you read?
No. This is one where I think he's trying to come up with a reasonable explanation for why this has gone down, right? So he says, sounds like it's rotation to ensure that Josh or Trayvon get a break. That way, both of them aren't off the field at the same time like we've seen before. So
that part is correct.
Okay, but what if Trayvon wins the rock, paper, scissors every time? Does he ever get a break?
Look, I'm saying I don't know what you want me to say.
I'm asking the again. I'm not asking you to have the answer for it. I'm just saying, don't you know whose turn it is to get the break? Is my point.
I don't think they do that every time. That would be my guess.
I think it was the situation. It's the beginning of a drive. They've been off the field for a couple minutes. We're getting Armstead in on this drive, so one of you guys can't play now.
Right. And I think it was just, like I said, a situation where one of them was supposed to go in, and they took it upon themselves to just rock, paper, scissors.
But was one of them specifically supposed to go in?
Yes. One of them was supposed to be on the field.
And then they decided, I don't want to be in?
I think they just decided to have some fun.
Okay.
That's my feeling on it.
Okay.
But we're going to find out
that's fine.
From Brian Nielsen in about...
Or we won't. Right.
Well, we'll find out.
Oh, you get it. You'll ask. I don't know if we'll find out.
Yeah. Well,
It just seems odd to me.
It does, huh?
Yes. And
look, in this season, this is the most fun thing that's happened in this season from my standpoint as a reporter. It really is. I mean, that's a gift. From a reporter standpoint, covering a team that is not winning, where there's no interest in it nationally, in this team at all, that's a gift. Something
right, but
unusual.
You're coming at it from the perspective of what's an interesting story that'll get people talking.
Correct.
Like we're doing here, and people reading, and sure. But from a fan's perspective,
you're losing your mind.
You got to be thinking, is this how we're making decisions on this football team? The text that I read to you was from someone else, and that person said, maybe Brenton Strange is bad at rock, paper, scissors. I mean, that
catch was supposed to be his and not Luke Farrell's.
Fantastic right there. 9 snaps for Brenton Strange, D-Rock. Make it make sense. What are we thinking here?
Well, clearly Austin Trammell's better at rock, paper, scissors in terms of targets.
Like 4 times
BTJ.
Better. 4 times better.
Yeah.
At least in terms of snaps compared to Strange. I mean... and I get it. Every week, you don't necessarily think this personnel package is going to be as effective against this defense as it was against that defense, right? So maybe 12 personnel doesn't work as often here, but that's a season low in snaps for Brenton Strange. You would think, with as many guys that have been beat up in this pass catching unit, you would have found a use to either use him as an inline blocker, split Evan Ingram out in the rotation, send them both out into the pattern. I don't know. Just curious.
He's become an effective receiver for you
in
the last month and a half. And he will be, if you're just ranking the run blockers on your line of scrimmage when he's on the field, he's among the best, right, that you have. In that kind of, not having him on the field at all, just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, and despite all of this, they had a chance to win that game.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's crazy.
Well, I mean, look, I don't think it's coincidence, though, that they keep losing all the close games or most of the close games, right? So, yes, they had a chance to win. But Philadelphia also kept you in the game with their decisions not to kick extra points, not to kick field goals.
Unbelievably bad at game management.
Unbelievably
bad.
So, and granted, you took advantage of it. And had they won, I would have been happy that they won. But had they won, I don't think it would have been reflective of, this is a better team than that. On that given day, sure, they scored the most points. You get credit for the win, but I felt like Philly did a lot to keep them in that game. Plus, the call, I feel like if you review that Saquon Barkley fumble, non-fumble 100 times, way more often it's going to go Philadelphia's way, and they're going to rule it down by contact. I understand why they didn't, but I still think you can watch that and interpret it that the stumble was caused. The fact that you hit your guy, it all was precipitated by Ventrell Miller hitting your ankle.
The way I look at it, the way I've explained it to people, is it's like he got freeze tagged. Ventrell Miller freeze tagged him, and then his own guy unfroze him, and then the play goes on.
Is that how you explain it?
That's how you remember. We all played freeze tag.
I did play freeze tag.
That's essentially what happened.
Is it?
Yeah, because Ventrell Miller hits him. Okay.
Yeah.
So normally he would be down after he falls, but because his other guy hit him, he unfroze him and wiped out the tag from before, and now he's still live.
I mean, I played freeze tag. I just don't know if this is a perfect equivalence.
Well, it is in my head. So
all right.
That's all.
That's why I'm not sure. if it is a perfect
okay. Everybody
equivalence.
text in and tell Mike that was absolutely a 100% correct way to
comparison.
Describe that.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. Look, I don't think we need to waste any more time on that, but you can certainly text the text line and tell me I'm wrong. It happens on a frequent basis. Dylan, let's go all the way down to the bottom of Trevor here. Cut number 9 from yesterday. We'll play this. We'll take it to a break and hear more from the Jaguars quarterback on the other side. As Trevor Lawrence spoke yesterday, there was a lot about the shoulder and protecting all that, but bigger picture going beyond that, you've got a team now at 2-7, and how many times can you keep getting close and having the wind taken out of your sails, getting close and just having victory snatched away from you? Or I'm not saying that they should have won the game, certainly could have won the game, and how many times can you keep going there and expect to have the intensity that you need to compete going forward? Trevor Lawrence asked yesterday how he keeps the team motivated to keep going during a bad season.
It's no different approach than if you're doing well, honestly. I mean, I think it's harder in the sense of the frustration piece. Obviously, you want the results and you want to be in a different position and you want to have more wins than we have right now. But there's really nothing else for us to do than to go to work. You can't just get frustrated, and we have a job to do at the end of the day. It's to do everything we can do in our power as players, as coaches, as a team to go win on Sunday. And, unfortunately, we haven't gotten that result enough this year. But there's still a lot of football left, and so we have to keep doing that every week to go win a game on Sunday against a good team. So you can't let the frustration creep late into the week and affect your preparation and affect the amount of work you put in to go get this one, because it doesn't get any easier. In this league, is every team you play is good. Anybody can beat you. It doesn't let up, so you have to prepare the same way every week to give yourself a shot. So, and I think we've done a good job of doing that. Obviously, I'm not trying to make it sound like everything's going perfect. Obviously it's not. We haven't gotten the wins we want, but I think the team has been pretty resilient in the way we prepare, the way we work. I thought we've had good, hard weeks of practice, and we just got to carry it over and be a little bit cleaner on Sunday and find a way to win.
All right, D-Rock, you were around them yesterday. What are they talking about? Like, where are they drawing motivation other than, hey, we got a game to play this Sunday, we're professionals? Do they think that this team still has goals to achieve this year beyond going out there and playing their best possible football on a given day?
No. They talked about being professionals and going out there. They have a job to do, and there's some pride here on the line as well. And it's time to really kind of look themselves in the eye and determine and look inward and examine their motivations and examine what this stuff means to them and examine how they want, what kind of legacy. I can't remember if it was Evan Ingram or someone else said this, what kind of legacy do they want to leave here for this season personally? Do you want to be able to, at the end of the year, look back and say, you know what, I played my butt off every single play, every single game? Or do you want to look back on the season and say, you know what, I didn't play as hard as I should have, or
sure,
that kind of thing. But no one in there is talking about, hey, if we win these next, however, what do they got, 8 left? Win these 8, we're going to make the playoffs. No one's talking like that.
By the way, the text line backs you up so far. Early responses 3-1 in favor of you. Okay, but that's probably just because you're more likable than I am. But we got, I like it, D-Rock. Analogy was solid. Freeze tag is the best analogy. And then followed up by, that was 100% a horrible comparison. Go Jags. And then also that we should just settle it with rock, paper, scissors. Why didn't we think of that? Just settle everything with rock, paper, scissors from here on out.
There's no definitive footage that is not what happened in New York when they were trying to decide the replay.
Could be. We don't know, right? One way or the other. There's no proof either way. Today's draft order will be decided by rock, paper, scissors for the Breakfast Bowl later on today. D-Rock's
I like
thinking.
it.
Do
I like
you?
it.
Because you have the first pick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if I have the first or last.
I'll take the first pick then.
Stop the cap.
You want to trade? You want to trade drafts?
You have to pay. Can I assign you 2
No,
players?
you can't
for the
assign me
first pick?
anything.
Well,
No.
then I'm not trading.
All right, fine. If you're on the line, stay there. We'll get to you coming out of the break. More from Trevor Lawrence ahead as well. Today's Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. Look at the schedule. Minnesota at home, on the road at Detroit. Houston at home, go to Tennessee. Jets at home, go to Vegas. Tennessee at home, go to Indy. How many more games do you think the Jags will win this season? 1 or fewer? 2 to 3, 4 to 5, more than 5. You can vote at MD_1010XL on the X or Twitter platform. You're listening to Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today for the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjax.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
Jaguars Today Thursday, brought to you by Cannons of Jacksonville.
Big Sur's here. My cigars are back in stock at Island Girl Gate Parkway. Buy a box and I will autograph it for you. Island Girl Gate Parkway is the place to enjoy a great cigar selection, a full bar, enjoy a daily happy hour from noon to 7 and all day Sunday. Enjoy college and NFL games from noon to 6. When you buy 5 cigars, you get 1 free. Plus, live music Friday and Saturday nights. For upcoming events, follow Island Girl Gate Parkway on Instagram and Facebook at islandgirl.gateparkway.
Monday, November 11th is Veterans Day, and we'll be honoring those who have served our nation all day and night at String Sports Brewery in Springfield with a free barbecue sandwich, side, and a beer. That's for all veterans and active duty military members anytime on Veterans Day. Plus, our show will be there live from 4 to 6, thanks to our friends at Firewatch, which was created to address veteran suicide prevention, and the Cohen Clinic at Centerstone that offers outpatient mental health for active duty, post 9/11 veterans and military families. So come to Strings on Veterans Day.
It's soccer around the world, and here at home on the Sporting Jack Soccer Hour on 1010XL. Join Cole Pepper, Mauricio Ruiz, and Becky Burley for Soccer Talk.
Tuesday nights at 6
on 1010 AM.
Storms are part of every season. Make sure you're protected. Call American Electrical to make sure you have the best in surge protection. Don't lose your home electronics to a lightning strike. Call 737-7770 for American Electrical.
Jacksonville contractors and business owners. Do you need chain link fence, commercial steel, or rolling doors? Frank Franchi here. Coyle & Sons has been in business in Jacksonville since 1927. They've earned the reputation of quality and specialized skill. Coyle & Sons are the ones trusted in Jacksonville by the top contractors, and they can stand on their reputation when you need almost 100 years of commercial contractor experience. So contact Coyle & Sons today. That's 904-356-4821 or visit them at coiljacks.com.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Our first contestant, a stay-at-home gymnast from Jacksonville, Florida. It's Gwendolyn Pierce.
Thank you, Monty. I don't know who installed my air conditioner, but it hasn't had a tune-up in over 3 years. Am I cool?
Let's ask our expert judging panel. Judges? I'm sorry, Gwendolyn. You're not cool. Johnny, tell her why.
That's right. To keep your air conditioner performing at its best, you need a skilled technician to check your pressures, voltages, and air filters in the fall and the spring. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, our club members get 2 free visits a year to make sure that you are cool.
Can you tell me if my haircut is sexy?
You're better off not asking.
Stay cooler with Bueller.
Visit BuellerAir.com.
This is Corona Premier. Just 90 calories and 2.6 grams of carbs. It's a light beer that... Wait, this is a light beer? But we should really tell people about... Right, that's why I'm here. Sorry. Corona Premier, unexpectedly, light beer.
Barley and Pie Brewing Company is Fleming Island's first and only craft brewery, founded by the co-founder and brewmaster of Wicked Barley. Barley and Pie serves up local brews made right in your backyard. Hungry? Dive into their sourdough Neapolitan pizza, made fresh in-house every day. Find your new go-to spot in Fleming Island at Barley and Pie Brewing Company.
Jeff Lagerman here. Now that football season is here, make sure your ride can get to that tailgate or away game safely and dependably. You can trust the ASE certified professionals at any of the 27 independently owned Napa Auto Care Centers and the quality Napa parts they use. Napa Auto Care Centers can handle everything: oil changes, air conditioning, brakes, engines, transmissions, and more. Napa Auto Care offers a nationwide 24-month, 24,000-mile peace-of-mind warranty on most repairs. Find a Napa Auto Care Center near you. JacksNapaAutoCareGroup.com.
Hi, I'm Chuck Farah. We know how important it is for you to have a vehicle after you've been injured in a car accident. So when we represent you for your personal injury claim, we'll help you get a rental car from the insurance company while your car is being repaired. And we'll provide this service at no additional fee. If you're hurt and you've got no car, let my team go to work for you. Farah & Farah, protecting you and your family. Call us at 396-5555 or go to farahandfarah.com. Jacksonville.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson explained that the reason why Brian Thomas Jr. only had 4 targets against the Eagles was because Philly was doubling him at times, playing a corner and a safety over BTJ. Peterson was asked this week if that's what the Jags can expect going forward.
I do. I think I go back a year ago with Calvin, right? There was a lot of double teams. There was a lot of cloud coverage. This team that we're playing does that anyway. That's just their style. That's what they play. So, we'd have to go play. We got 4 or 5 other receivers that need to do their jobs too and find a way to get them the ball.
Doug Peterson, courtesy of Jaguars.com. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars Update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mike DeRocco is powered by Lickety Split AC, Plumbing and Electric on 1010XL.
All right, D-Rock, this one coming in on the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosures. It's a good question, I think, from Bush Drive Rich. He says, with the comments you made a couple of times that if Christian Kirk got traded, it would really hurt the locker room, right? Hurt morale, I guess.
I think he would have lost the locker room, yes.
Okay. Well, story came out that they were getting ready to trade him. So, players are capable of seeing that, had he not gotten hurt, they're probably going to ship Christian Kirk out. Has that had any impact? Do they compartmentalize that and go, well, it doesn't really matter because he got hurt? Like,
yes.
how is that what they do?
Yeah, because in their head, he's gone because he was hurt, and that's the reality. And they generally don't deal in the hypotheticals. They don't
what might have been,
right? Exactly,
or what likely would have been.
Exactly.
Apparently,
because they're not sitting here saying, you know what? Well, if I had made that block, I mean, they may say it privately, but they're not sitting there going, well, we in our heads we're really 6-2 or 6 and whatever. What's the number? 7-2. No, they didn't. Yeah, I don't. No, I didn't sense any of that the other day, and. Now, again, I still think if they had traded Kirk, that would have been a massive blow to that locker room. I think that would have been a shock, and that would have been them going, okay, well, guess the season's over. It's done. And then I don't know how the rest of the season goes after that.
Yeah, I get the question, though, because, okay, it didn't happen, but we were preparing to do just exactly that. So I don't know. Maybe it was a case of if he doesn't get hurt, or I'm sorry, if they win against Green Bay, maybe that changes things. Because, it's weird to me that according to the report by Adam Schefter, they got close to having a deal done. And they still put him out there and played him. You know what I mean? Like, what kept you from getting that deal done? Maybe it was the Jags wanted to say, hey, wait, if we win this game,
we're not going to do it.
We're 3-5, and then let's see what happens, and we'll give it our best shot. And if we lose this game, then we're probably sellers. It could be something as simple as that.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it would have been a massive mistake, not only for the locker room, but for what you're doing on the field, because everyone thinks Parker Washington is just going to step right in and be the replacement. I think we saw some stuff in the game the other day that's still a big concern regarding Parker Washington. Why are you stopping the route?
Yeah.
And jumping if you just continue
to run through it.
You continue the route, the ball's in your hands. It just drops right in. You know what I mean? And he I don't know this for sure, but I think he was supposed, and I'm not going to say anything about it then, because if I don't know it for sure, I don't want to say it. It was about the fourth down call. And it wasn't clean. The operation on the right side wasn't clean. The throw to Ingram. So I don't really want to say anything. But I mean, I have some concerns about who was supposed to do what on that play. So I don't want to tag it on anybody.
All right, interesting. All right, Lawrence, Darnold, midfield, 1:02 p.m. Sunday. Rock paper scissors. Who says no? We're just going to decide the game.
They should do that instead of the coin flip.
You won't get beat up. Right? Or at least for this week. Ask them, can we do rock, paper, scissors just for the coin flip?
Shoot.
That would be good. I was just thinking more, save us all 3 hours, and then maybe we'll win. Right? I don't know how good Trev is with the...
Well, he's got a bad left shoulder, so I don't know if you want to bring... You got to have the fully... honestly, you got to have Trayvon.
But you're throwing out there with the... All right, so we send Trayvon.
So you send Trayvon. I mean, Trayvon is
the reigning champ.
Exactly. He's a proven rock, paper, scissors winner.
All right. 641-1010. Let's go to the line.
Champion.
Let's go to Chris on the south side.
Poor Tony. Yeah.
Chris, good morning. You're on Jaguars Today. Go ahead.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah, I just wanted to bring up, there was something on YouTube that had Ty Mache and I think some other guy. They brought up something that came to my attention. How do you feel that, Doug Peterson he won a Super Bowl, but they brought up the fact that maybe, and defenses have brought it up when they asked about as far as the Jaguars. Defenses have brought up that his offense has reached its peak. And I say that as in, they could have had a good practice. They could have had a good day of running the system and everything. But the best version of that system has reached its peak compared to other offenses, other defenses, and their ability to adjust to our scheme. So it's kind of like, does that have something to do with the first 15 plays? Because, our best 15 plays has reached its peak to the point where it's not having an effect on these defenses and showing that as in our first drives are so dead.
All right. Chris, let me put this to you, Mike, this way. Do you think that this offense is too predictable, too stale, too whatever?
No, I don't. I really don't. I mean, look, they had a chance to win that game. They moved the ball down the field pretty well until they got to the 13. They moved the ball down the field without their top 3 receivers pretty well to be in position to beat Green Bay. I think the problems in the first quarter. And don't the script isn't the 15 best plays that you have, and I don't know why we stuck on like a 15 number. That seems to be what's going on around the league.
That's always for years been put forward as the length of the typical game.
But I mean, it's the best plays you feel are going to work against the situations you're going to have, or the best plays you feel. I shouldn't say best. The plays you feel will get your offense going. The plays you're pretty good at. The plays that you guys are real comfortable running, that kind of stuff.
But there's no denying they start slowly.
And it's look, if a receiver's open and Trevor overthrows him, which he has done pretty regularly early in games when he's hyped up, I guess that was the explanation from a year before. Is that a bad play? No, it means
not necessarily.
It's bad execution. If the guy's open and you miss him. If Christian Kirk is open on the first third down of the game, and he drops a pass, I mean, is that a bad play? Look, the 4th down play that didn't work against the Eagles last week, I think that was a bad play.
Terrible play.
Right. But in one game, in a full game, there's always bad plays. No one ever calls a game and walks out of it, and people go, whoo. That was a single bad.
That was a hard one to even figure out.
Look,
what you're trying to do here.
The Eagles running that 4th down sprint out with Jalen Hurts. That was a bad play call. Without 100% bad play call. That was terrible.
We took him out of the tush push.
Exactly. I don't think play calling has had any impact on why the team is 2-7 at this point. And there are bad plays in every game, absolutely. But if the play is there and the guy's open and they don't make the throw, or they miss the throw, or a guy drops a touchdown pass, or just drops a pass in general,
or you get a pre-snap motion penalty that kills it.
You get a guy who turns towards the line of scrimmage before the ball is snapped, when he's in motion, when he's not supposed to do that, and he's a veteran running back and he knows better. It's an execution issue for me early in the games. Now, there are bad play calls for sure that happen in every game, but I don't think play calling has been the issue with this team. It's execution, and it's a lack of discipline on these guys' parts.
641-1010 if you want to get in. Byron in Gainesville, you are up next on Jaguars Today. Good morning, Byron.
Good morning, guys. I have to do it.
Duval!
Guys, it's hard, but I'm Duval till I die. I heard Miss Regina on the other morning, and I've been waiting on her holiday to call because, guys, I love you. I've been listening, but it's hard to call because, I want to be so optimistic, and it's just hard to be that way. But, guys, let me say this here. I'm finna pull out my saber-tooth tiger chain necklace and put it on and put on my Zulu suit because we're not just making bad plays. We having bad luck this year. I might have to come tell JSO don't arrest me. A big, tall, black man running around with Zulu suits on and teeth around it. Don't bother me. I'm trying to break that curse. But seriously, guys, question, D-Rock, I'm here in Gainesville, and I'm a basketball player. And one of the things we talk about is player development. Brian Thomas, I'm giving him credit for that, but it seems like the Jaguars, when you watch Pittsburgh or something, everybody go there look like they fall into a certain mold. We don't seem to have an identity on either place, and don't seem like anybody's, and I'm not calling for nobody's job, but what do you think about player development? Do anybody get better? Tank Bigsby look like he don't know the running. Everybody look like they lost. Thank you for taking my call, guys, but I still love the Jags. Go Jags!
All right, Byron, thank you. Appreciate it.
Has Trayvon Walker gotten better over the last 3 years? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tank Bigsby is better than he was before.
Brenton Strange better. Ventrell Miller's better.
Ventrell Miller is better. So player development has happened. Absolutely. Has Andre Sisco gotten better? Not necessarily. Has
Devin
Lloyd gotten better? Not necessarily. Is that a different conversation of maybe you should stop asking Devin Lloyd, or maybe you should start asking Devin Lloyd to do a lot of the things that he does well more? That's a different conversation. Who else can I throw? I mean, Josh Hines-Allen has gotten better over his career here. So it's happened, absolutely. Has it happened enough? Maybe not. But, at this time last year, we all thought that draft class outside of Anton Harrison was terrible. But now Tank Bigsby's a big part of this offense, and depending on who you talk to out there in fandom, they want him as a starter over Etienne. And Brenton Strange, despite the 9 snaps last week, has turned into a quality tight end and a guy that they can rely on. Parker Washington has developed for sure. Maybe not at the level that everybody thinks he's at, but he has certainly improved. So I think player development has happened. Now, the question about identity, I think they know who they want to be on offense. I think they know what they want to be and do on offense. I think they want to sling it around as like a West Coast offense and have Trevor Lawrence pull the trigger pretty quickly and take some shots down the field with BTJ when they have the chance. That's what they want to be. And it just hasn't worked out for when you're stuck with 31 yards of offense in the first half and you're first quarter, and you're unable to get things going. That kind of changes the way you have to play the rest of the game.
All right, hold that thought about BTJ. We'll talk about that as we get into hour number 2. Tony's going to take us around the league. We got the Breakfast Bowl on the way. You're listening to Jaguars Today. Asking you today, how many more games will this team win? That's our Chad and Sandy real estate poll question of the day. You can hit us up at MD_1010XL and cast your vote if you have not already. This is Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. Hey, folks, Mike Dempsey here for Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Love a company that promises and delivers on those promises time and time again. Over 21,000 folks have gone the Awaken 180 route to lose weight, lose it safely, lose it quickly and effectively, and maintain that weight loss. And Awaken 180 has an over 98% satisfaction rating. Find me another company that has got that kind of feedback. Awaken 180 does, and I'm one of those satisfied customers. You may need to lose 10 pounds. Maybe it's 20 or 25 like I did. Maybe it's 50 or more. Maybe it's even over 100. Look at the success that Hackers had. We've all here at 1010XL who've tried Awaken 180 had great success, not only dropping pounds, dropping them rapidly, eating to lose weight with no medications, no crazy exercise regimens that are included in this deal, and then maintaining that weight loss for basically as long as you like with free coaching and support for life. Call Awaken 180 at 844-346-1800 or schedule your free consultation online right now at awaken180weightloss.com.
Jaguars Today.
For the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios at 1010XL. One of the keys to victories is to know your opponent well.
Best thing I can do is point you in the direction of his competition.
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
When it comes to selling your home, it can be stressful. Take the stress out with my friends Chad and Sandy Newman. Maybe you're worried you won't sell your home for the price you need. How's this for a guarantee? Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they'll buy it. No required costly repairs. Pick your move date. There are no long-term contracts, and you can cancel at any time. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers, and if you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home. Take Kim in Palm Coast. I needed to move closer to family ASAP, but I had to sell my Palm Coast home first. I tried and failed with another agent. So my family said, you got to call Chad and Sandy. Well, sure enough, as promised, Chad and Sandy did it. They sold my home in 3 days, above asking price. Call the local Jacksonville experts I trust and recommend. Call Chad and Sandy today at 904-414-6200 or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
Jaguars Today Thursday is towed by Cannons of Jacksonville for all your towing needs.
Total Wine & More is having a Taste of Town November 8th and 9th from noon to 6 both days. Enjoy great liquor brands, craft beer, and more. Brackish Vodka is excited to announce 6 additional flavors, and all can be sampled and purchased at the Total Wine & More Taste of Town November 8th and 9th. Come to Total Wine at the Town Center and sample great local brands. Brackish Vodka is a proud partner of the Jaguars and proud to be supporting the Taste of Town.
Daly's Dash is not only your Jaguars game day stop, but a great place to grab a meal any day of the week. To honor the Jags and the fans, we've crafted the Duval Sub. The Duval comes with freshly sliced turkey, ham, melted cheddar, and habanero jack cheese, topped with crisp lettuce, fresh tomatoes, and a double portion of our secret sauce, all served on a fresh roll. Come by your local's Daly's Dash today to get your delicious Duval Sub. Daly's is the official convenience store sponsor of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
Nick in here for the Borland Groover Foundation. If you're 45 or older, you need to get screened for colon cancer. Ask your doctor about getting a colonoscopy. The key to surviving colon cancer, early detection and prevention. Borland Groover recently expanded into St. Johns County. The new and advanced surgery center and medical office is open in Durbin Crossing. Visit BorlandGroover.com for a location near you. Remember, 45 is the new 50. Get screened today with Borland Groover.
The Jaguars are facing off against the Minnesota Vikings Sunday, November 10th for the Jags Salute to Service game. See the Shell White alternative helmets in action for the first time and join us in honoring our military all game long. Kickoff is 1 p.m. Don't miss this matchup and lock in your tickets now by visiting jaguars.com/tickets or call 904-633-2000. We'll see you at the bank.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists congratulating this week's high school scholar athlete, Leighton Yates, senior diver and track and field athlete at Stanton Prep. Leighton is a member of the National Spanish and Psychology Honor Societies. Congratulations, Leighton.
Nick in here for About 9 Associates, where you'll find Jacksonville's most esteemed eye doctors at each of their locations. After being selected for one of the most competitive ophthalmology fellowships in the world, Dr. Frank Bowden is frequently called upon for his expert opinion. He is currently one of the few cornea and external disease specialists in the area and the founder of About 9. Visit About 9 Associates today and experience the difference. About 9 Associates, keeping the First Coast focused.
I'm with Greg from Cycles of Jacksonville. And Greg, when you start to shift from warmer weather into some cooler weather, you can get on the road. What has Honda got to offer?
Honda's got a bunch of great bikes. They've got the new e-clutch technology, which means you can ride without using your clutch.
And I love the fact you can go automatic on a bike, which was unheard of for a while.
It was for a long time, and Honda has mastered it.
You can log on, cyclesofjacksonville.com, see all they have to offer, or drop by the showroom. They're on Atlantic near Regency. That's Cycles of Jacksonville.
Here's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update, sponsored by Kuhn Flowers. The Florida basketball opener against USF was a welcome challenge for head coach Todd Golden.
That was a team that was really together on Monday night, and as you can imagine, going into that game, it concerned us.
Gator football's Billy Napier looks for a creative offense from Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian.
Yeah, no, I think Sark is an outstanding coach. Had a chance to work with him for a year. Very creative and has great experience.
Florida State prepares for Notre Dame. Team has had to rely on backup redshirt freshman Brock Glenn and true freshman Luke Crominar on Descender, who says of his playing time,
I'd say confidence. When you first get out there, you're going to be a little nervous. It's a big stage. The last couple of games, my confidence has grown.
That's your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update. I'm Sam Nelson.
At 10:58, it's 82 degrees. Time and temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
10 1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Mike DeRocco is powered by Lickety Split AC, Plumbing and Electric on 1010XL.
All right, so this happened in the last 20 minutes. Jay Gruden, former offensive coordinator for the Jaguars in 2020, what a great era it was, tweets out, quote, sources say surgery for Trevor. Damn. Get well, man. Hope sources are wrong. That's what he tweets. That's his entirety of his tweet. To which Ian Rappaport replied, no surgery scheduled, Jay. There are several options, immediate and down the road. That's one of them. He's considered day-to-day with a left shoulder, but as he considers these options, Trevor Lawrence will likely not play Sunday. Mac Jones is the backup. That according to Ian Rappaport. Well, if that's the case, they've certainly done a great job of downplaying it, Tone. I mean, I'm sore, but he held his midweek press conference, was limited in practice yesterday. I mean, and what is surgery down the road? Are we talking about, well, do we – I mean, I don't even know what the nature of the injury is other than it's sore.
With it not being the throwing shoulder, maybe that's just one of those where you can play through it for now but have to get it dealt with at some point.
Right, and do you reach a point in the season where you go, well, you know, the earlier I do this, we're not going anywhere. Right. I do it now, and that way I'm back for the opening of the off-season program.
And having no idea how much it could be exacerbated if it got hit again this week, is it now something that he can't play through?
Don't know.
That he would have to deal with now?
And all we're doing is passing this along. D-Rock, have you heard anything on this front about the...
Not about surgery.
Okay,
No.
What about the likelihood of Trevor going this week? You know, what was your impression talking with Doug and Trevor so far this week about... I mean, obviously they bring in Beathard because there's got to be some degree of concern about his availability.
Yeah, that was the sign to me that he may not go. Because if you're still... If you thought he was probably going to go anyway, I don't think you make that move if you're the Jags, despite we really like CJ and we want the quarterback room to be better and all that other stuff. I still don't have a feel for whether he goes this week or not. I know he's gone in games before when he didn't practice at all during the week. But as for the severity of the shoulder, I don't know exactly what the injury is at this point. It didn't look like a separation. We know that, but it could be exactly what he suffered against the Bucs last year, you know, like a strained AC joint, which he suffered to the throwing shoulder last year. But he played the following week.
Right.
So, did he miss that game? No, he missed that game. That was the game he missed.
That
was the Carolina game.
It was the throwing shoulder.
Right, but it was the throwing shoulder. And, you know, I don't have a feel or know yet if he's going to go this week. I don't even think the Jags know yet at this point definitively.
Do you think they'd be more cautious with Trevor in some of these situations given what happened with him last year? Look, he's shown if he can go, he'll go. He's willing to go if he's physically able to do it in any given week. But do you think they're going to be more cautious with him, especially with where the team is right now, given how things went in the back half of last season? There may have been games where Trevor was willing to go, but where he was at physically, did it give them their best chance to win that week? I don't know if we can even know the answers to that looking back at it. And Beathard got to play against the worst team in the league and they won, right? So it's hard to take too much out of that. But do you think they're willing to be more cautious with Trevor than they were willing to be last year in some of these situations if they keep popping up?
Yeah, because they have Mac Jones. And last year, let's not forget, C.J. Beathard got hurt when he came in against Cincinnati.
Mm-hmm.
And he was hurt the whole rest of the year. And I believe in the Carolina game, he missed a snap or two for Matt Barkley because he got banged up again in that game. So they feel much, much better in terms of the backup behind Trevor with Mac Jones, mainly because of the health, for sure. So I think that would make them much more likely to hold him out a week if they felt like it's not great. Maybe it's maybe we rest you a week and then see how it goes the week after that. And depending on how the rest of the season goes, maybe they shut him down. It just depends on how bad the shoulder is and how things go. this week.
Right, what it's going to require. And the fact that, last year at one point they're 8-3. And so it starts to leak away, but you're still thinking, hey, 1 or 2 wins and we're going to wrap up this
right
division.
Back in it. Yep.
You're 2-7 here. 1 or 2 wins, and all we're doing is costing ourselves a high draft pick at this point in time. Just passing that along. You mentioned BTJ, D-Rock, so I would like your thoughts on this. Apparently, Brian Thomas doesn't think that he's being covered any differently, but Doug Peterson ascribed the lack of targets to cloud coverage. And, I mean, he's going to draw attention. Every top receiver on every team draws more attention than the rest of the guys. Don't they have to go into the game every week saying we've got to get X amount of looks for Brian Thomas today? Or are we just going to continue to go with the philosophy of the ball goes where the defense dictates it goes, which ends up with Dearness Johnson having a jump ball on your most critical play of the game?
Yeah, look, teams are going to take Brian Thomas Jr. away. They're going to try to. Without question. But you also have to, there are ways to get your guy the ball. You can, if you want Brian Thomas Jr. to have 10 catches against the Vikings, you can scheme it up so Brian Thomas Jr. gets 10 catches. You can move him around. You can put him in motion, put him in the slot. You can run some picks. You can do a bunch of different things to get him open and get him the football. They need to take shots down the field with Brian Thomas Jr. That's where he's at his best. And you can scheme some of that up. But again, it does, if you're taking shots, the pass protection has to hold up. Okay? And if it's a shot on the right side and Trevor gets flushed because the pass protection on the right side is broken down and he has to roll left, that makes that a little bit unlikely. If the pass rush gets to him too quick, he's got to unleash the ball. Yes, he needs to be targeted more than 4 times. That's without question that has to happen going forward every week.
Do you think it will? Do you think that is an adjustment that they'll make, or are they going to stick with the philosophy of, we're going to go to the open man?
No, I would be very surprised if he had 4 targets this week. I think it will be double that. Got to get him involved. That's your best chance to win the game, is to get your best players the ball. Justin Jefferson is going to get a bunch of targets this week, regardless of what the Jags do to try and prevent him from getting the ball. And sometimes, if your guy's really, really good, which Jefferson is, which BTJ is,
throw them anyway.
You throw him and say, go make a play. And that might be the case. Look, the deep shot against the Patriots, he was covered. You can't cover Brian Thomas Jr. any better than Christian Gonzalez did. And Trevor put it up there and let his guy go make a play. And sometimes that's what you have to do.
All right, let's step aside here for Tony Smith to cleanse the palate with a look around the National Football League.
Now, gems around the NFL, brought to you by Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach.
Dallas quarterback Dak Prescott is seeking another opinion, and the team is waiting to make a decision about placing him on injured reserve after an initial diagnosis of a partial avulsion of his hamstring tendon, which is partially torn off the bone, an injury that typically takes more than 4 weeks to recover from, but they are waiting on a second opinion. Houston wide receiver Nico Collins is doing well, according to head coach DeMeco Ryans, but it isn't clear yet when he'll be able to get back to practice for the Texans after being placed on IR a month ago for a hamstring injury. Indianapolis wide receiver Michael Pittman is considered week to week as he's dealing with back and finger injuries. Atlanta wide receiver Drake London was limited at practice on Wednesday. Is considered day-to-day for the Falcons after suffering a hip injury on Sunday. New Orleans wide receiver Chris Olave did not practice on Wednesday and will have to work through the league's concussion protocol before getting back on the field. Interim Saints head coach Jared Brizzi said that no decisions have been made on Olave's immediate or long-term future after having to be carted off due to that concussion last Sunday. Buffalo assigned defensive tackle Quentin Jefferson, who was released this week by Cleveland, and defensive tackle Jordan Phillips, who was released this week by Dallas, to 1-year deals. Carolina and running back Chuba Hubbard have agreed to a 4-year deal with a max value of $37.2 million, with $15 million in new guaranteed money there for Hubbard. And Carolina has announced that Bryce Young will start at quarterback for them this week in Munich against the New York Giants.
All right, thank you, Tone. Somebody remind us, Trevor Lawrence, you go back to February of 2021, coming out of Clemson, had surgery on his left labrum and his shoulder.
Yes, he did.
And it was like a 5 to 6 month recovery at the time. So,
yeah, because he did that. he had his private Pro Bowl, not private, but he had his individual workout, and then had the surgery, so he would be ready to throw in the spring, right?
I think that was the idea. How quickly was he able to be available to throw?
I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember. That was
I am too,
a decade and a half ago. It feels like.
Yeah.
Let me look, but I'm pretty sure he was modified, but did throw in the spring.
Okay. Because that would be a much shorter turnaround, right? Because if you're talking February, you're going 1 month March, 2 months April, and go on. And to be available, you're talking about like available for rookie minicamp. Honestly, you're right. It seems like
Pro Day was on February 12th.
Right. And then he had the surgery, I think, the next day.
Yeah.
So when was he available to practice in full for the Jags during his rookie season? I think is the question. So, I mean, if that is, by the way, the same procedure that he needs done, I don't know that for 100%, but if that is the case, you're looking at, you got to factor that in where things stand right now. I mean, you probably could play through it. And, I mean, if that were the case and you're able to play through it, you're being paid a lot of money to play through it, and then have the surgery on the day after the season wraps up and start rehabbing that thing and be ready to go when it's time for mini camps and OTAs and all that stuff. Anyway, what are you looking up there, D-Rock?
Trying to find when he threw.
After that?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was we'll probably be able to find it, but somebody did remind me of that, and so here we go. Here's another one. It says from the TU, Trevor. This is a few days after the surgery. Trevor Lawrence faces 6 to 8 weeks of rehab after a shoulder procedure.
It wasn't 4 to.
Initially, it was reported as 5 to 6 months that he was going to be sidelined. So if it's a 2-month deal, I don't think there's any necessity to get it done in the season to worry about what's going to happen next year. But it's something to be aware of. That's part of the calculation, I'm sure, for the Jacksonville Jaguars moving forward here. But again, we're reacting to a report. First, Jay Gruden said that Trevor Lawrence is going to have surgery, and Ian Rappaport responded that no surgery scheduled, although that could be in the cards down the line, and it's one of the factors that they're considering, and he's unlikely to play this week. That according to Ian Rappaport. So maybe we'll get a little bit more clarity today when Press Taylor speaks, along with Ryan Nielsen. Coming up early this afternoon, Mike Dempsey, Tony Smith, Mike DeRocco, and Dylan Denmark will take a timeout here. And when we return, it's draft time, breakfast bowl. D-Rock with the first pick. How do you earn that? We'll discuss when we return in a moment on Jaguars Today on 1010XL and 92.5 FM.
Jaguars
Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL. Sideline to sideline.
That's a bad boy.
Goal line to goal line.
On best, here we go.
The best defense is a superior fence. Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Here's Linda Beaver.
Let's start the debate. Why would someone buy a new car from you? We have an exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty on every new vehicle. We offer a competitive wow price plus free oil changes. How much will someone get for their trade? We offer more than $4,000 over KBV value. Well, we never lose a trade over price. Okay, when is the best time to buy a car? Right now. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't matter which side you pick. At Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet, you get it all. Let us show you why we're the winning vote.
Now that's what I call high-quality H2O. If you want high-quality water in your home at a fair price that won't scare you to death, then talk to someone who knows water and is not a pushy salesman. Contact your local water boy, Keith. I install premium equipment and can repair or even rebuild your existing system. In a business known for aggressive sales tactics, let me show you how my approach is different. If you've got any water problems, contact the water boy at waterboyjack.com.
The holidays are coming, and so is your family. Is your septic system ready?
Honey, why is the yard bubbling?
Dad, the dog's swimming in the septic tank.
That's one way to greet the in-laws.
Don't let a septic disaster be the highlight of your holiday dinner. Call Duck Duck Rooter today and get it fixed before Uncle Bob finds out the hard way. Duck Duck Rooter, your local septic experts. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. DuckDuckRooter.com.
Jaguars Today Thursday is brought to you by
Cannons of Jacksonville.
You've got a circle of friends, right? Well, how about a circle of beer? All your favorites like Bud Light, Bud Heavy, Mick Ultra, or Natty Light. It's all there in the cold case at Circle K. Probably one right around the corner right now calling your name. Slide on in to a Circle K.
Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Instant Keys saves the day if you have lost or broken keys. They can program new keys and remotes for nearly every make and model of vehicle at a fraction of the dealership cost. Fast, honest, and reliable locksmith service. Call 722-1111.
Instant Keys. Instant Keys. You don't have to go to the dealer. Instant Keys comes to you.
Fish are good at hiding. Captain Kevin can help you find them.
Oh, yeah, that's a big one.
Find more fish on the Ring Power Fishing Forecast Show.
Thursday nights at 6.
Brought to you by Awaken 180 Weight Loss on 1010XL AM.
Are you ready to upgrade your home? Experience the winning combination of style and performance with Renewal by Andersen. Energy-efficient, custom-built replacement windows and doors. Right now, save 20% on your entire project. Plus, 0 down, no payments, and no interest for 18 months. This offer expires November 30th and restrictions apply. Renewal by Andersen, proud partner of the Florida Gators. Visit bestwindowsflorida.com for details.
License number CGC 1527613.
Navy Mutual was created by service members for service members, so we know what it means to serve. Our policies have no active duty service restrictions, so you can rest assured that you're covered no matter your duty station, home or abroad. To go even further, we promise that premiums will not be higher for those who serve in dangerous environments, including aviation, diving, or on deployments. Let us help you protect those you love the most. Learn more at NavyMutual.org.
Need a piece of jewelry that won't break your wallet? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn has tons of reconditioned jewelry, always inspected by their jeweler. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time home buyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time home buyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time home buyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. Yes, 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at TrustlineMortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
O'Reilly. You've got questions? O'Reilly Auto Parts has answers. Need a pro you can trust? We've got that too. No matter what you need, our professional parts people have the training and expertise to help you do things right. Deep automotive knowledge. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
In its final year, we encourage you to help create great futures for young people when you run or walk at Mackenzie's Run, Saturday, November 23rd. Join Boys and Girls Club of Northeast Florida for a 5K and 1 mile fun run through the beautiful stadium course at TPC Sawgrass. Enjoy food, live music, face painting, family fun, and more at our Runners Village. Register at MacKenziesRun.org. Mackenzie's 5K and Fun Run, November 23rd. MacKenziesRun.org.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and beautiful people all across the world. Let's get ready for the Breakfast Bowl Challenge!
Mike DeRocco is powered by Lickety Split AC, Plumbing and Electric on 1010XL.
All right. Tony, you have a good breakfast?
I did.
Everything good, Dylan? You have a good breakfast?
Man, it was great.
Fantastic.
It was outstanding.
Best kind of breakfast, the one you don't pay for. Thanks, Michael. We appreciate you. Hey-o.
I've done my job.
Well,
I've done my part to help the Jags the last 2 weeks.
Yeah,
and they have failed miserably.
You took Jordan Love. You went out early. You lost by 1/10 of a point that week, right?
Correct.
Tony, I don't think it was that close last week, despite A.J.
But
Brown.
I did take A.J. Brown going out.
You did.
And the Jags still couldn't win that game.
Yeah, I won the week with 102.65. Dempsey was second with 88.84. Dylan third with 85.95. And D-Rock way back. 64.7 last week. So 3 weeks in a row. He's brought us breakfast 5 weeks out of the 9 that we played this year.
You'd be a billionaire if you had that kind of batting average, D-Rock. That'd be fantastic. Mike DeRocco will select first today. Dylan Denmark second. I have the third pick. Tony goes fourth. We draft a quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and a flex, which can be anything but a quarterback in that spot. The trick is any player you draft, you can only use them that one time all season long. So anyone you've previously taken, if you take him again, you're going to get a big fat 0. If somebody drafts a player and somebody tries to draft them again in the same draft, have we had that happen in a while at least? It's been a long time.
Yeah,
right?
the same draft? Yeah, no. I can't remember.
I had that
last
happen
time we had that,
because we do this. This originated on Sirius XM. I've been doing this for years on Fridays. So now this is like the warm-up draft, although this is the more high-stakes one. Because there's nothing on the line with that one.
Well.
Right? You know, it's just the way it goes. But somebody this year did take, like I took Jordan Mason one week, and somebody took Jordan Mason a couple picks later.
How about that?
Didn't seem like there's a whole lot you had to pay attention to here other than that. All right, so Mike DeRocco, point per reception scoring in effect. Your first selection today.
Devon Achane.
Devon Achane. Right. Coming off a big one. Yep, absolutely. Mr. Dylan Denmark.
Daniel Jones.
All right.
Quarterback.
He was on my list for sure.
Yeah, got a good matchup.
But I much preferred his teammate, Tyrone Tracy. Come on down against those Carolina Panthers. Oh, my gosh. So happy. My number one pick of the week.
Got to throw the ball.
Got him locked in. Tyrone Tracy. Come on down.
All right, winner boy.
Let's see. I will go.
Call Tony winner boy.
Yeah. Tyreek Hill. And
he was my alternate first pick. He was, honestly.
And Saquon Barkley.
Okay.
Looking for another hurdle, are you?
Wouldn't hurt.
There'll be Fords this week.
Let's see, Saquon off the board. Boy, let me just check this real quick. I don't trust D-Rock. All right, I'm going to go Josh Allen at quarterback. Not Josh Hines Allen. Okay. Quarterback. Josh Allen. The lesser. Josh the lesser.
I heard that.
Up there in Buffalo. Dylan Denmark.
Ooh. Running back. Najee Harris.
Najee is off the board. Mike DeRocco has Devon Achane.
Brock Purdy.
And
was
number
Debo.
Purdy was number 2 on my QB list.
Ooh, double him up
this week. Debo, questionable. Limited practice.
I'm totally fine. It doesn't matter anyway.
Debo always says questionable.
Right, yeah. He's been questionable since he came in the league.
Yeah.
All
He's
right.
not practicing full all week. That ain't happening.
You got the hook up. Dylan.
Tight end Mark Andrews. Likely is not playing. Yep. Mark Andrews is going to have like 15 catches tonight.
I like that. I feel like it's a pretty tight end rich week, but I'm going to go ahead and grab Mike Gesicki who has gone off 3 of the 4 games in which he's played without T. Higgins, and that will be another one tonight. Tony Smith.
I will, let's see. Dalton Kincaid. And
groovy music, though.
I know.
West Side Rumble.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it is.
West Side.
And
shout out. When was the last time you've been to the West Side, homeboy?
Probably playing golf with you.
Jalen Hurts.
Oh, interesting. Took the QB. Didn't have to. That must mean he's got a flex that nobody can touch. Or not. I don't know. Let's see here. When do we all like to have a flex that nobody can touch? Hey, now.
I have one.
Excuse me?
I have one.
Do you? Oh,
I do.
Okay, Anyway, I'll go Garrett Wilson.
I wanted him.
Should have taken him earlier then, sir.
You know what?
What? Just had to have Daniel Jones, didn't you?
I did. I want Jamar Chase.
Hey, good luck.
Oh, no. He's saving
the
up
bad
those
week
touchdowns.
was last week. I talked to him earlier
How
today.
the heck does Joe Burrow throw 5 touchdown passes, T. Higgins not anywhere on the field, and Jamar Chase catches none? And has, what, like 4 catches?
Chase Brown.
I mean, come on.
You could have saved Chase for the last pick because everyone else has used him, but
No.
I mean, no.
No, that is true.
Wait, what?
Isn't that accurate?
That would be accurate.
Yeah, everyone's used Jamar Chase but you. Now everyone's used him. So,
All right.
it's all good. D-Rock, you need a tight end and a flex.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Where am I going here?
Fate of the Western civilization is hanging in the balance.
Cade Otton.
Okay.
And the guy no one could take but me, Derrick Henry.
Now I have the lone Cade Otton person left to go.
I'm on the clock, right?
He's been a heater. You are on the clock right now.
Darnell Mooney.
D-Moon.
ATL.
Not deviating too much off my list this week here. Not him. I just want to.
I get it. Yeah.
I got Josh Allen. I don't know if I need to go with the Bills receiver right here, although I do like him this week.
He was on my list.
Yeah.
Don Beebe. That's who you're taking.
Beebe. If I need somebody to run down a fat defensive lineman.
Are you going to go with Gabe Davis?
That's who I'm going to go with. I'm going to go with Josh Downs. Tony Smith.
Bijan Robinson.
Mustardson. Bijan's Mustardson. All right, here's what we got. D-Rock. You sure do have a Purdy quarterback. You got Brock Purdy. What?
Yeah, that's very good.
You do have a Purdy quarterback.
I do.
You have Devon Achane. You have Debo, maybe.
Debo is fine.
You have Cade Otton, maybe. And you have Derrick Henry rest week. Dylan coming out strong with Danny Dimes right out of the box. Najee Harris. Jamar Chase, only one who could have used him. Mark Andrews. So you got 2 tonight on Thursday Night Football. That'll be interesting. Darnell Mooney rounds out Dylan's team. I'm going Josh Allen at quarterback, Tyrone Tracy at running back, Garrett Wilson, Mike Gesicki tonight, and Josh Downs. Tony going Jalen Hurts and Saquon, doubling up on the Eagles versus the Cowboys. Tyreek Hill, Dalton Kincaid, and Bijan's Mustardson Robinson Breakfast Bowl, Week 10. Lock them in and rip off the knobs. D-Rock, before we let you get out of here today, we know what you're going to ask.
Anywhere, I can't find my damn keys.
Oh no, that's a tragic state of affairs right there. We wish you the best.
One of you is going to have to drive me to the stadium.
Are they locked in the car?
No, because I know I locked the car.
You're 100% sure about that.
1,000%.
But you can't remember what you did after you locked the car.
They could be sitting.
They could be over in the.
I don't even.
In the green room.
That's possible.
You know.
Or they're in my pocket. They're mine.
Are they? Are they
I
really?
thought they were in my bag.
That
What do you want?
Awesome. That is fantastic. All right. First, we know you're going to ask Ryan Nielsen about rock, paper, scissors. What do you want to ask Press Taylor about today, other than the potential availability of Trevor Lawrence?
How is that mix going to work with ETN and Tank, which didn't really kind of flow
That's a
as
good
well
one.
that week?
How about force feeding BTJ? Can we get something about that?
That's the other one there. That one I'm sure is going to be asked.
Is there a way to guarantee a minimum amount of targets weekly that starts with an 8? Right? 81.
Well, yeah, if you wanted to. If they wanted to, they absolutely could.
They should, honestly. So anyway, today, the question of the day, we asked folks how many more games you think this franchise will win for the 2024 season, D-Rock. 1 or fewer? 2 to 3, 4 to 5, more than 5. What say you, sir?
2 to 3.
2 to 3.
And I think it's 2.
You think all right, any particular ones you have circled, or just feel like they'll win 2 out of that last 5?
Yeah, I think they beat the Titans here.
Okay.
And probably the Jets.
Jets here as well.
Yeah, I think the Jets are a mess. So, and at that point in the season, now look, if Trevor doesn't play the rest of the year, then everything's off. Who knows?
Yeah. Who did the Jets just beat? The Vikings? Was it?
No, they
2
beat
weeks ago.
They beat the Texans, right?
Oh, that was the Texans. That's right. That's who it was. So maybe we'll beat the Texans. We get the Texans as well.
Yeah.
If you got us beating the Jets, maybe we can beat them too.
That's not out of the realm of possibility.
All right, D-Rock, have a great day. In all seriousness, anything other than just a follow-up to Rock, Paper, Scissors coming up on ESPN.com?
Yeah, that's pretty much going to be it. Yeah, and we'll see what we can dig out with Trevor, although who knows what those guys are going to say today. Today feels like one of those days where there's going to be...
Anything's possible.
Yeah, I don't know why. It just feels weird.
All right.
And by the way, I'm expecting a congratulatory text or I'm sorry for doubting you when Derrick Henry scores his 3rd touchdown tonight.
Oh, that's right. He's going tonight, too. Derrick Henry.
Or he gets hurt a quarter into the game because you took him.
Why would you say that?
Yeah, bro, I need him in a few leagues here still, so let's not get hasty.
What a bad guy he is.
I don't have a lot of Derrick Henry all over the place.
I got a few, and every league I've got him, he's pretty damn crucial.
Fantastic. I bet. All the more reason for me to root for him to get injured a quarter into the game.
By the way, I think I got a sneaky stat correction win over ET this week. I came in Monday thinking I lost by a half point, and D-Rock's out of here. Hey, there we go. Fist bump on the way out the door for Mike DeRocco. Check him out at ESPN DeRocco on the X or Twitter platform. You go read his stuff over at ESPN.com. He does a great job covering this football team. Tony, let's kick around the scenarios of which games the Jags may or may not be able to put in the W column as we move forward here and see what the poll holds on the Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day. That's straight ahead on Jaguars Today on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Jaguars Today. You're at the home of the Jaguars in the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Who has the best lineup this season? Honda. Cars, trucks, SUVs, vans, hybrids, and electric. This is one of the greatest lineups Honda has ever had. And now is the best time to purchase or lease one. Visit your local Honda dealer now. Remember, only a Honda is a Honda.
Hey gang, Prosser here. Telling you once again about Chad and Sandy Newman. Mortgage rates are down, creating more active buyers and sellers. If you've been waiting, now is a great time to sell your home before more homes flood the market, driving down prices. So maybe you want guaranteed no-hassle home sale, but don't want to give up hard-earned equity to do it. They can handle that. You see, Chad and Sandy can take every problem you think you have and replace it with a promise. Chad and Sandy guarantee your home sold at an agreed-upon price and deadline, or they will buy it. The success stories are rolling in. Mike and Lisa in McCormick. We inherited a family home that came with equity but also a mortgage. We needed to sell fast to avoid extra expenses on a second mortgage. We heard about Chad and Sandy on the radio and called. Everything they say on the radio is true. The home sold in 3 days for full asking price. Call Chad and Sandy today, 904-414-6200, or go to chadandsandy.com. That's Chad, ANDSANDY.com.
Huddle up this season at Hurricane Grill and Wings, where every day is game day. Enjoy their famous wings, new cocktails, and happy hour deals at the perfect spot to catch all the football action. Escape the ordinary. HurricaneWings.com.
You're locked into Jaguars Today Thursday with Cannons of Jacksonville.
Clean air, cool air, both are extremely important. Trust Florida Home AC to deliver on both with their Remy Halo, the next generation of air quality technology. Call 777-4300 for Florida Home AC and breathe clean and cool air.
Hey, this is Bert Cannon with the First Coast YMCA. Youth sports at the Y can help nurture your future athlete's potential and experience the joy of being a kid. At the Y, we're providing a safe, clean, and fun environment with basketball, soccer, volleyball, gymnastics, elite skills training, and more. Best of all, participation in Legacy Youth Sports League is free with your family membership. Visit fcymca.org to learn all about youth sports at the Y.
We could call them helmets and cleats, but they don't wear cleats.
Those shoes are hot.
Mia O'Brien, Lauren Brooks, and Taylor Dahl.
From the First Coast Lighting Studios at 1010XL.
Weekdays noon to 2.
You think you could join us?
Bold City Brewery invites you to celebrate Dubs and Duval all season long with a cold pint. Enjoy all their beer, seltzer, ciders by logging on to boldcitybrewery.com. Head to the production house on Roselle Street in Riverside or Bold City downtown and be bold.
Our slogan, Know Before You Blow, applies to more than just DUI cases. Hi, I'm attorney Lee Lockett of Lockett Law. Battery charges can result in jail time and criminal convictions too, so know before you blow a gasket and hit a loved one or a stranger. Drug crimes like possession of marijuana and cocaine will land you in cuffs too, so know before you blow. In a boating under the influence case, you also have the option to blow or not to blow. So know your options. Know before you blow. Go to knowbeforeyouBlow.com now. Offices Jacksonville.
This is Greg Huntington, a.k.a. The Mangler. I'm on the winning team at Waste Management. WM is the largest sustainability company in North America. If your business needs sustainable environmental services for waste removal and recycling collection, then you can count on the industry leader of WM to deliver results. Your services will be completed in a timely, safe, and eco-friendly manner. Go to WM.com/Duval. That's WM.com/Duval and get signed up today. If anyone can talk trash, it's the Mangler.
Hey, Googans, Hicken here from my friends at Beaches Dermatology. We all know summer's now gone, but that doesn't mean the sun goes away. It's Florida, right? That said, you still need to protect yourself from that bright sun. Golfing, fishing, weekends at your kids' game, or just taking care of the yard. Protect yourself and your skin. Beaches Dermatology and I want to remind you to wear your sunscreen. It's important. Holidays are also approaching, so take care of that spouse of yours with a gift from Beaches Dermatology. Call today or go online at beachesdermatology.com.
RJ Saunders here, sports lovers. I recently took a tip from Frank Frangie when I needed to send flowers to my mother. Frank told me that Kuhn Flowers is the only florist he ever uses. So that's what I do now. I use Kuhn Flowers. Find them online at kuhnflowers.com.
If you're like most Americans, you have a ton of credit card debt and you're paying insane interest rates on that debt every month. Same for car loans and personal loans. Stop getting ripped off. Let Loan Pronto consolidate that debt for you at a significantly lower rate using the equity in your home. Hey, it's Prosser here, and Loan Pronto's Express Equity Line of Credit can get you up to $500,000. So you can consolidate your debt in as fast as 5 days. Their average client saves over $1,000 every month by doing this. Right now is the best time to act. With an Express Equity Line of Credit, you can access up to 90% of your home's equity, usually without an appraisal. Don't put it off. Get your financial house in order for the new year and call Loan Pronto now to see what you can save. It's a free quote and there's no credit pull, unlike the other guys. Call now, 904-999-1508 or go to loanpronto.com. Equal housing lender, NMLS 1661781, subject to lender approval.
I'm Jeff Middlecoff with Trustline Mortgage. My business partners, Alan Tyre, Bill Pappas, and Ken Rimley, have been helping first-time home buyers with their mortgage financing all over Florida for 34 years. First-time home buyers can get no or low down payments, anywhere from 0 to 3.5% down. As a first-time home buyer with Trustline Mortgage, you get added benefits for doing your loan with us, like lower rates on your mortgage insurance and lower closing costs. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Trustline gives first-time home buyers better mortgage interest rates? Here's the bottom line. Trustline Mortgage wants to help first-time home buyers accomplish your goal of home ownership. That's why Trustline Mortgage is offering the best first-time home buyer benefits around, period. Trustline Mortgage delivers with no and low down payments, lower closing costs, and better interest rates. Call Trustline Mortgage today at 381-LOAN. That's 381-LOAN to find out how we can help you buy your dream home. Or visit our website at trustlinemortgage.com. Trust your instincts and follow the line to Trustline Mortgage.
Certain restrictions apply. See office for details. Trustline is an equal housing opportunity. MLS number 331480.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
As the Jaguars get prepared to host the Minnesota Vikings here in Jacksonville on Sunday, concerns loom about the health status of quarterback Trevor Lawrence. This about 45 minutes ago from Ian Rappaport of the NFL Network. Trevor Lawrence continues to get treatment and weighs options for his future. Sources say he's considered unlikely to play Sunday against the Vikings. Trevor was limited in practice yesterday, and head coach Doug Peterson was non-committal about his status. Trevor dealing with a left shoulder injury, and Ian Rappaport from NFL Network saying, quote, he is unlikely to play Sunday against the Vikings. Mac Jones is the number 2 for the Jaguars. I'm Andrew Gibson with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down with Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Keeping Jack's cool since 1987.
All right, so keeping an eye out now or an ear out for what the Jaguars brass has to say. Probably non-committal is my best guess. We'll see how it goes, Tony. We'll monitor Trevor Lawrence in practice. We'll see how it goes. Nothing's been decided, and we feel good about Mac Jones if we have to go that route. But Trevor's done it before. We'll feel good about him. We'll have a plan. Blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? I don't know what else. I don't expect him to say unless definitively something
they've made
was
some
declared
decision, which I doubt they'll do today.
Right. Trevor Lawrence is probably going to end up questionable on the injury report, and we may or may not have clarity as to whether he's going to play prior to 11:30 on Sunday or not. But you can factor that in. Hey, look, for all the Mac Jones stands out there that have been waiting, time to bench Trevor, turn it over to Mac Jones. I guess we'll find out what Mac Jones is capable of doing. Not that that is ever a realistic proposition with the setup here.
Sure.
With Trevor Lawrence is signing a new contract extension and Mac Jones on a 1-year deal in Jacksonville. We're not looking to find out, or they're not looking to find out. They know which direction this whole thing's going. But, certain people still continue to hang on to that as a talking point. Today, let's talk about the Chad and Sandy real estate question of the day, and we'll do it with a 10-10 take.
10-10 take.
Now, Mike Dempsey's 10-10 take. Brought to you by
Double checked. Cybersecurity made simple.
All right, considering the Jags' remaining schedule, how many more games do you think they'll win this year? And the schedule is it's home and away, alternating every week for the rest of the way. Minnesota here at Detroit, Houston here at Tennessee, Jets here at Vegas, Tennessee here at Indy. I like the way your head bobbed to the left every time I talked about the home games.
Yep.
Right there. I was following along out of the corner of my eye. How do you break this down, Tony? Do you try to go game by game, or do you group them into, I think they'd be lucky to get one of the next 3, and then, how do you approach this?
More game by game.
Okay.
Right, and where I think they're at right now, this Trevor thing for this week and what that means for the future in this season, right? Like, puts everything I think about any of this kind of in flux.
No doubt.
As to what my expectation might be, but I think they have a chance to win on Sunday against Minnesota, but I'm going to pick Minnesota, right, in the game on Sunday. So I would say loss there. I think Detroit, I thought it was the toughest game on the schedule when the schedule came out.
The upset of the season if they would have beat Detroit.
And I think it still is. It's close in my mind. It's a little bit harder than it was last week in Philly, and they almost won that game. Right,
True.
but I thought that would have been the biggest surprise of the season, certainly, if they had found a way to win that game. But that's 0-2 at that point. Houston here at home is interesting, right? Because I don't think Houston's great at this point in time.
They should have Nico Collins back by then.
They should.
Here's the thing with them. They're not great, but their liability is something we didn't exploit last time.
Yeah.
Pass protection.
Yeah, and Houston is such a bugaboo here for this team. And it's pretty inexplicable. Like, the Colts can't win here. For whatever reason, Jacksonville just doesn't beat Houston here. Not that they beat Houston very often anyway. But with that in mind, I'd probably say a loss in that game against Houston. I think they split against Tennessee, ultimately, would be my expectation. So that would be 1. I think they beat the Jets. The Raiders game is tough, but I'll say they lose the game on the road there at the Raiders. So that's
gives Christmas
them,
week in Las Vegas, right?
Know.
Like how much discipline are we going to be showing on Saturday night?
Right.
Is my question on that one.
I think the Colts' playoff hopes could still be alive going into that week, which makes it interesting. Could they do on the road what they did at home? Right, to the Colts the last time they were in that situation against that team. given where they would be at in that season, I think it would be unlikely, but the options in our poll are 2 or 3.
Yeah.
So I'll say 3 just for the heck of it. And they spoil Indianapolis' season there in Week 18. But I think 2 or 3 is clearly where I would vote.
Yeah, I wish I'd had a better way to split this up. I was going to do 0 to 2, right? And then do 3 to 4. And that would have at least shown us which people were on which side of that 2-3 line a little bit. But then, if you want, then what? Were we going to do 5 or 6 or more than 6? Come on, right?
Come on, yeah.
We went 0 to 1, 2 to 3. 4 to 5, more than 5. I look at it like this. I'm with you. I think they could beat Minnesota. I'm not predicting that they will.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be Houston here. I don't think I'd predict that they will, but my guess is they probably go 0-3 in their next 3. At least that's what I'm going to predict happens. And those final 5, you're right, so many different factors come into play here. It's not just us, though. It's these other teams, too. What is Tennessee doing?
Yeah.
Are they getting a last look at Will Levis? I'd rather face Will Levis than Mason Rudolph, who's played better than him this year, and Levis is getting closer to returning. What Jets team will we see? So I think the Jets, I'm more wary about that game, I think, than you are, just based on what I saw in the second half. By that time, they've got more than a month to round into form with Garrett Wilson and Devontae Adams. We at times have trouble covering people. And I think that those might be a couple of guys we have trouble covering, and they can run the ball as well. At least they have good players at the running back position. They've got some playmakers on defense as well. I don't think that game's easy at all. I'm going to group the last 5 together. Tennessee twice, Vegas, Indianapolis, and the Jets. And my initial inclination was they could win 3 out of those 5, and probably spoil a lot of draft position in the process, which stinks. So I'm probably on the 3 end of the 2 to 3, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if it ends up being 2 or even 1. I'd be surprised if they won more than 3 the rest of the way, just because, they're playing bad teams in part, but they're a bad team.
They're a bad team.
And those teams are going to look at it, if they're, depending on their motivation as well, they're going to look at it and go, hey, this is our great chance.
Yeah.
And a couple of those bad teams are on the road. So.
Yeah. And going back and looking at it, by the way, just because I hadn't looked at it in a minute, the Jags haven't beat Houston here in Jacksonville since 2017. Right? For whatever reason,
weird thing.
Houston has had their number. And that was during a streak where the Jags basically didn't beat Houston at all. They won that game here at home in 2017. They lost every other contest they played against Houston until the 2023 game at the end of the year, right? When they beat them at the end of the 2022 season there. Badly, right? That's the last time they had beat them at all since that win here at home. It's the Houston Texans have had the Jaguars number in almost exactly the kind of way that the Jags have had the Colts number here, right? But they've been doing it here, there, doesn't matter. Where they've played Houston has been better than the Jags. That they won that game at the end of the year in 2022, and last year that win they had at Houston halfway through the year, it's the last time we had seen them win. Right, to get to 8-3, and that felt like a playoff game. It felt like that was the division championship game, and they found a way to get it done at Houston. It's, probably the last time you felt good about Jacksonville football in any kind of way was when they won that game at Houston, but they haven't had any moments like that against Houston basically in 15 years.
I think you felt good about Jaguar football as Travis Etienne was headed to the end zone against Miami.
Maybe.
Right up until that moment. You felt like, oh, my gosh, are we really about to go up 17 here late in the third quarter? My goodness.
Yeah.
We might be special. Dylan, what'd you vote here on this?
I like 3.
3?
Split the Titans. You probably win the home game. You beat the Raiders. I think you beat the Jets. And I can't lean 4 because all those games are consecutively, and I don't think this team is good enough to win 4 games in a row.
Yeah, and they could beat Houston or Minnesota, right? And if that happens, and I absolutely could see them losing to the Jets, though. I don't look at that game and think, oh, man, we have this major advantage over that team.
No.
I don't think they have any advantage over just about anybody. Tennessee's been pretty miserable, but they've got as many wins as you do.
Yeah, that would be the only team that you would go into it saying, this is where they should have advantages in this game.
Didn't we feel that in Week 18 last year?
No doubt.
Right? So right now, 2 to 3 is getting the lion's share here, 57.5% of the votes going in that direction. Nearly a tie between 0 to 1 and 4 to 5. 17.8 say they'll win 0 or 1 games. And I bet if you looked into that 17.8, most of them would say 0, right? That's, you know what I mean? Like, that just probably where your mind is, and that's fine. 4 to 5 got 17.5%. God bless the 7.2% that think they're going to win 6 games or more. The rest of the way. Those are the true Duval till we die people. We got one on the text line a few minutes ago. Jags are winning. I'm calling it right here this Sunday. And again, I don't think Minnesota's unbeatable. No. I really don't. I mean, could Sam Darnold was miserable in the first half last week.
He was.
Right? And which would match our typical start. So that we could go into the half tied at 0 and let the chips fall where they may at that point in time. And here's the thing. Are we playing? Will Trevor Lawrence be playing this week or beyond? I think it's a fair question. I'm not trying to be alarmist, but we know he's banged up.
It's not a question I was asking in that way an hour ago, but I am now.
Right. When Ian Rappaport reports that surgery is one of the possibilities here, but it hasn't been decided on. I take heart that Trevor got up there at the podium yesterday and spoke, and I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes out. But, I mean, maybe he sits out this week, they lose, and they decide they're going to get the surgery, and then you're rolling with Mac Jones the rest of the way, you know? And
maybe.
Who knows how you feel about that. But anyway, 2-3, the overwhelming majority in this poll, getting 57.5% out of the 4 options that we gave you for the rest of this schedule here as we get ready to welcome in XL Primetime.
Now, the 2-minute drill, brought to you by Injury Care Centers, the exclusive provider of BioTarget regenerative therapy for pain. Visit GoBioTarget.com for a location near you.
Joe, do you guys ever employ rock, paper, scissors to decide who gets to talk next, or how does that work on XL Primetime?
Well, I don't know that we've employed that in a while. Usually we just talk over each other.
All right. Well, there you go. Hey, both of you guys run out there. We'll have 10 men on the field. That would be, or 12 men on the field. That would be more Jaguar football-esque.
That would be Billy-esque down in Gainesville.
So, Joey, now we get the reports. Jay Gruden, noted NFL insider Jay Gruden, throwing out there that Trevor Lawrence is going to have surgery. And then Ian Rappaport goes, whoa, slow down, Jay. Nothing's been decided there, but it is a possibility at some point in time.
And doesn't Jay have ties here?
It was the OC in 2020.
For some reason, I'm thinking he still has some connection here, like may even have a place here or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Anyway,
I don't think he made that up out of thin air.
Right.
I'm sure, he's talking to people. And,
and to the ground.
But Rappaport says, hey, nothing's been decided. But it makes you think that at some point, if this season continues along this way, especially the 3 next games are the 3 hardest on paper of your remaining games. So if you lose all of them and you're 2-10, and even you have to admit we can't put on this facade of we're going to run the table and get in the postseason. At that point, do you say, well, if you're going to have it anyway, let's shut you down now so it doesn't get any worse?
And look, I heard you guys talking, and I agree with the basic sentiment that a year ago there were high stakes.
Yes.
You were going into December with a hell of a lot on the line.
Win the division.
Right. You played tough. He played tough. All this stuff. So there was plenty to play for. We all know they only won 1 out of their last 6. The one win was when Trevor was sitting down when CJ was in against the bad Carolina team. But now, based on what they've got now and the pressure rate that this offensive line gives up and the hits that he takes, I would be thinking about Trevor's future if I'm Trevor and the Jaguars.
All right, what's coming up today for you guys?
Well, we'll definitely hit that, but Scott Strickland, athletics director, brilliant mind that he is down in Gainesville, sends out the announcement that Billy will be back next year. So that will be a hot topic on our show. The only wins he has are against bad teams or teams under 500. It's ridiculous. And he said, his quote was, the University of Florida remains committed to championship caliber excellence. While this team is below 500.
Is that a message to DJ Lagway?
Yeah. Well, that's what it means. Hey, Billy, go beg DJ not to leave if we tell him you're not going to leave.
Right.
That's basically what it is. That's a panic move in the worst way.
All right, Joe C., have a great show.
All right, dude, thank you.
We'll be listening XL Primetime coming your way for the next couple of hours today. Tony, any final thoughts, parting gifts?
We get to find out what's going on with rock, paper, scissors, at least as much as we can. With the defensive coordinator speaking, and the head coach will have to talk about the Trevor stuff tomorrow.
Yes.
So we'll get something, probably nothing, but something tomorrow.
How much
from them.
we love C.J. Beathard in that quarterback room.
Can't tell you yet.
crazy.
You know?
Yeah.
So, hey, Nathan Rourke, hope you're staying loose.
Yeah.
Just in case. All right, that'll do it for us today. Thanks to Mike DeRocco from ESPN, our regular here on Thursday. Thanks for breakfast, D-Rock. Really appreciate your generosity. Tomorrow, Tom McManus will join us in studio. Keys to victory.
They're playing Sunday.
They are playing Sunday. So what are the keys to beating the Minnesota Vikings for those who
I won't be as
care?
Hopeless about it as I was last week, and they got close.
They did.
Right?
No doubt about it. It seemed a daunting task. I don't know if they'll have them on the I don't know how many games we've got, the 14 or 15-point
the
line.
highest point line this week.
Yeah. I don't know if that'll be the case, but it certainly worked out last week. All right, that's going to do it for us today. Stick around for XL Primetime. Coming up next, you're on 1010XL 92.5 FM.
Yo, Jacksonville. Man, y'all get off of T-Law.
Jaguars Today.
From the Renewal by Anderson Custom Windows and Doors Studios of 1010XL.
Everybody, Mike Dempsey here for Dandy Foods. You may not have a national reporter buying you breakfast once a week like we do.